Hello, we are Flowstate, a temporary bio-based spray paint made from food waste built for a city in flow. But what is Flowstate?
Flow is a term coined by psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi in his book Flow. Transient hyperfrontality further defines this, a state where the dorsolateral PFC deactivates and self-doubt vanishes from your brain. Flow triggers one of the most potent chemical cascades that can occur. During flow, your brain is flooded with dopamine and norepinephrine, which create a relentless force for focus alongside endorphins and anandamide that eliminate fatigue and spark creativity, along with a final rush of serotonin that deepens satisfaction.
To further define, flow isn't restricted only to human minds. A city like Detroit, our backdrop, is a living organism where culture, movement, and history align into a seamless, unstoppable flow. The murals throughout the city personify this, becoming the canvas for the people's history and soul. The city itself has incentivized artists to come and strengthen these communities and redefine these buildings, producing over 700 murals that span across the city and actually help to impact the community that they are a part of. But a toxic paradox comes with these murals. The volatile organic compounds, VOCs, found in traditional spray cans hurt the people trying to help the community while also damaging the environment via chemical runoff and non-recyclable cans. We asked a few artists in the city who are actually responsible for some of the murals that we see every day. We looked for their insight, and Ijana Cortez told us that she has to use a respirator and gloves every time she paints. And Oshun Williams actually noted that he goes through 300 plus cans of pure mural. This proves and shows that there is room to create a better system. By looking at the current one as a roadmap, we can know exactly how to replace each hazardous component. We examine the current formulation of spray paint, looking at how base coats and pigments are derived from polyurethane coatings and dioxin violates. To expand even further, we researched surfactants, solvents, binders, and plasticizers to see how the properties of food waste could replace them. Waste streams like stale bread, onion skins, and eggshells can replace traditional surfactants, solvents, or base coats. Flowstate is a temporary spray paint that utilizes food waste to help reduce chemical usage and create an alternative to a possible toxic system. What we did to actually help us validate our process is we looked at impactors in the city, and Ecosphere Organics became our main mentor throughout this process.
It's necessary. Like, the industry right now is really struggling to find something that is sustainable, biodegradable, be useful at the same time. And so really the Flowstate project is amazing in that way. I would also say because it integrates community here in Detroit, issues like waste management costs, what to do with anything that they weren't able to give out to the community, on top of create a safer product for artists to be able to use, is really helpful.
We could cut off the bad parts and maybe use some of the good parts, but it has a much better use in being used for food waste that actually is transformed into art. Very surprised, even to know that there was something else that could be done with the food. So knowing that the food does not get wasted, that it in fact can create an art installation that gives us color, gives us vibrancy, and makes us feel felt and seen, it is very important in our community.
Through this partnership, we created a solution that utilizes Ecosphere Organics as a powerhouse, partnering with waste reduction resources like Feed Your Neighborhood to impact the community. We started our experimentation with the known principles of natural pigment extraction and historic precedents like egg tempera, wheat paste, and milk paint recipes, innovating to create a system derived entirely from food waste.
And through this process of trial and error, we were actually successful in making something that is a non-toxic bio-based system.
Through refinement, we utilized bread, which we used as our binder due to its gelatinized starch, aquafaba, which functions as a surfactant, red onion skins, which provides cellulose fiber, salt, that acts as a natural preservative, and dehydrated food waste. We mix all of our dry ingredients together and add them to water heated to 65 degrees Celsius to activate the starches.
We then introduced a vortex that blends the ingredients into a low viscosity paint that can easily pass through a spray gun. Finally, we top it off with a glycerin plasticizer and clove oil, which acts as a co-solvent and preservative to prevent the paint from cracking while drying. So, give it a try. Go paint, go create, go flow through Flowstate.